After World War I, the Japanese government was heavily military-based, and they believed a powerful military would lead to a powerful country. The military officials wanted large, powerful aircrafts and ships that were better than those of the U.S. After serving in the U.S. military, Yamamoto thought that they had a weak, unfocused navy with low standards for their soldiers. Yamamoto had an unpopular goal of taking down the U.S. Navy, which he thought would help Japan gain more Pacific territory. Yamamoto planned the bombing of Pearl Harbor on the coast of Hawaii. Nearly 2,000 American soldiers were killed and 1,000 were injured. The bombing of Pearl Harbor later led to America's participation in World War II. Americans also forced Japanese Americans into relocation camps, banned them from certain areas in the U.S., and confined more than 100,000 people. In Yamamoto's early life, he attended the Japanese Naval War College at Harvard University in America. While he was there, 1919 to 1921, Yamamoto developed a negative outlook on the American Navy. On November 15, 1940, he was promoted and led an invasion on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii on December 7, 1942. Even though he was not present during the actual attack, he is the one who constructed and planned the strategy. At 8 a.m., a Japanese fleet of 200 planes and 6 aircraft carriers approached the island of Oahu in Hawaii. After the invasion, Japan did have initial success, but was unable to reach its initial goal of getting a knockout punch on the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Once it was discovered that Yamamoto was the architect of this invasion, the U.S. set out for justice. From June 4th to June 7th, 1942, the United States set into play a surprise attack known as the Battle of Midway.
Yamamoto was born on April 4, 1884, and died on April 18, 1943. Before Harvard, he graduated from the Imperial Japanese Naval Academy. He served as a lieutenant on a ship called the Armored Cruiser Nishin during the Russo-Japanese War. Previous to Yamamoto's rule, Emperor Hirohito reigned in Japan from 1926 until he died in 1989. Yamamoto began gaining power in the Japanese military in 1924 and continued serving until his death on April 18, 1943. After Yamamoto planned the Pearl Harbor attack, the Americans became very angry. 6 months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, the United States decoded a note explaining Japan's plan to attack the U.S. ships that survived Pearl Harbor. Instead, the U.S. planned a surprise counterattack on Japan at Midway Island, called the Battle of Midway. The United States also decided to decode a Japanese message that explained the time and date Yamamoto would visit the Solomon Islands to inspect 3 military bases. Yamamoto's plane Betty, a twin-engine bomber, was shot down by an American pilot named Rex T. Barber. He was shot over the Bulligan Island on April 18, 1943, and the Japanese were informed about his death a month later. Once they found out about his death, the Japanese became more internationalistic. In Yamamoto's remembrance, he was promoted to the highest rank of Fleet Admiral. Nazi Germany gave him the Knight's Cross with Oak Leaves Award, the first foreigner to receive the medal.